What an excellent start. I really don't like that noise.
Sorry, I'm taking it.
You just can't start like that.
What? Like what?
Like that.
What is it?
That noise.
I was upset. My wire was tangled. It probably still is.
Well, now my wires are crossed because you're doing my head in.
We've hemorrhaged listeners.
Yeah, we need to start again. Cut. Hello, and no, I'm joking.
Hello, guys.
Oh God, no, this is not going well. This is like every single driving lesson I ever had, where I just stalled on an uphill.
Oh, good.
This is what that feels like. Right.
Smiles at the camera.
Well, a silent start to a podcast, which is unconventional when people mainly consume it via listening.
Mainly an auditory platform.
Mainly. But we do the video.
Yeah, we do it for a reason.
So...
Well, because the HD ones like this go on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Do they?
Yeah. They do now. They did from 2 weeks ago. And from today, Wednesday...
Great.
Mark my words.
Great. I will mark your words. I've got to put a formal apology out there at the top of the podcast. I'm not feeling my best. So sorry that I sound so sexy and husky today.
I'm feeling better than I did last week.
Oh,
last week
good.
when I was feeling mad full of the cold. I was going...
Yeah, look, I've just been ill since about the beginning of March. It's relentless.
Your immune system sucks.
I have an autoimmune disease. So yeah, you're not wrong. Congratulations, Dr. Dan. And welcome back to your on screen now, the best cricket podcast in the world. I'm Clara, chronically ill Clara. And this is Dan.
Yeah, always empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine and dandy Dan.
Yeah.
There you go.
Super happy. Super.
All the time. I was going to say, you must be happy about something. And then I realised Arsenal lost at the weekend and Surrey shook hands today.
Sorry, can't win a match.
Maybe you haven't got anything to be happy about.
Kia
That's
Oval,
okay. It's about getting through.
The Kia Oval, and the D stands for draw.
Yes. You went to the Kia Oval.
I went. First day of the summer.
Wow.
In April.
Wow.
I burnt my nose. That might be I was going to say it's the whitest thing I've ever said. This is a cricket podcast.
Yeah.
And
you're wearing a Surrey jacket.
I got a little bit of sunburn there.
Did you not SPF up?
It was not a day that I thought it was going to be necessary. But even through cloud cover,
exactly,
UV rays can penetrate.
Exactly.
That's how you sound to me, by the way.
Right. We're not going to unpack that, actually. Yeah. If any sport's an advert for SPF, it's cricket.
Yeah, everyone's sun damaged as anything, aren't they? No offence, any cricketers listening, but like...
Well, I'm sure they're aware.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they're aware.
Put your sun... But now it's good, because every day now, even if it's 7 degrees, you're going to see me...
Zinked up to the max.
Slop, as they'd say down under. Slip, slap, slop. As
they'd say here.
Well, not really. They're not telling kids that in school. They're not saying, like, no hat, no play, or what. Well, they have one of those in Australia, don't they? Where, like, if you don't have a cap or a hat at school, you can't play. I'd know that. I know loads about Australian school children.
Because you went once to Australia?
Oh, yeah, among other reasons.
Okay.
No. It was a good day because I could be incredibly smug before, during, and after. Obviously, the last time we were in this room... A lot was said about a certain English wicketkeeper bat. Mm-hmm. I remember, I was there. You remember because you all piled into the comments being like, you absolute melon. And you didn't help. You sicked people on me. You were
sorry for stoking the fire.
Anyway.
Sorry for engagement baiting.
Century at Edgbaston. Next innings at the Kia Oval. 150. Today he got out on 89 and I was livid because I thought he was going to go back to back to back. My very own three-peat.
Yeah.
Him and Ollie Pope, 50 partnership, 100 partnership, 150 partnership. They've both got to 100 in the same over. There's an argument I could pack it in now for this season of county cricket because it's not really going to get...
better.
No,
but what we do need to talk about is you've done it again. Your presence has inspired... Ollie Pope, Jamie Smith
Jimbo.
to score. Well, score. Actually, stop the sentence at score.
Yeah, last week we did say, why is Ollie Pope always exempt from me being like, hey, they're going to get runs. And then he did.
Proof that if you just wait.
Hey, I'm never wrong. I'm just early.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would cook it.
That's your message to the haters who are not listening, because you guys are all lovers.
No.
Unless you're hate listening, in which case, thanks.
I mean, there is obviously Jamie Smith got loads of runs, but Surrey haven't won a match, and Somerset beat Essex. So yeah, James Rew didn't get as many runs this week as Jamie Smith, but they did get a win.
Somerset won. Hey, old Sussex by the Sea's doing well.
Yeah, it's
2
mental.
from 2.
Maybe the best inspiration you can get in this world is financial caution.
Yeah.
Like the fear of liquidation, needing to be rescued by the I don't know, it didn't really work for Greece and Turkey.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm wondering when that's going to happen to me.
Oh yeah, hey look. Yeah, but you don't have an ECB, IMF style figure really to kind of, unless the podcast listeners do not bail her out financially. I would never do that. That would be a terrible financial decision. Martin Lewis would never advise that.
No, he would not.
Sussex, though, I did see they've been told, because they have a few injuries, as everyone seems to have, because a million injury replacement subs seem to have been made in the first 2 rounds. So it's great when you get a rule and everyone's actually, that little knock they've got, we will take them out. They've been told that they can't loan players, because, stop.
For money?
Yeah, so they have to just look within their own squad.
Right.
Which,
Okay.
the answers are always within yourself, aren't they?
Yeah. Look inside and ye shall find, or something.
Maybe you're looking for Danny Lamb, and he's in here somewhere. Really far in there. Somewhere. Danny Lamb. Me eating my Easter... I didn't have lamb at Easter. I can't even...
I did.
Really?
Yeah. My mum made a lovely Easter roast. I'm not really a big lamb fan, to be honest.
Really?
No, but this was really nice. So
that's good.
The more you know. And yeah, another formal apology for leaving listeners in suspense last week. What you have for your dinner? I had a cottage pie, a vegetarian cottage pie.
That's fascinating.
To balance out the lamb. Well, that wasn't actually the reason, but
Hey, no, have you been on the jab?
That's a good joke.
That's a good joke.
For everyone listening, I got asked if I was taking Ozempic.
And did it feel good or bad or in between?
It's really, who's to say? Depends on the mood by the minute. Do you know what I mean?
Right now,
great. And if you've got an opinion about that, as in me getting asked if I'm taking Ozempic, just probably keep it inside.
This is worse than the time we asked for lookalikes and it was just Shipman Gill for 2 months.
Yeah, that video keeps periodically resurging,
spikes, doesn't it?
And I'm thinking, wow, I can't wait to wake up one day and be the girl that everyone thinks looks like Shipman Gill or Rasmus Højlund.
Wait a minute, can you just hit the pose that him and Jos did the other day?
Yeah, I can.
Wait,
ready?
Make sure it's for camera.
So what? I'm Shipman Gill and you're Jos Buttler.
Should I get? Do you want a reference pickup?
I've seen it.
Yeah, but just make sure you get the posing right. I don't want you to get the wrong arm.
I know how to put ice in my veins.
Wow, you've given me goosebumps there. Just
Well, what arm's that? Left.
That's right arm going into left arm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We'll hit the pose.
No, you need to hold your mic in it, otherwise it's off brand.
There's literally no way
this.
we can. We're hitting this, man. I'm so happy about Jos Buttler not being finished.
Yeah. Well, you've actually had so much vindication in your opinions this week. I actually think we should set up a clinic where washed or nearly washed players, that's why I said nearly washed, hold your tongue, washed, nearly washed, or about to be washed players,
yes,
or on the cusp of washedness.
If your goat needs help,
if your goat isn't barring the way it should, bring it to the You're On Screen Now clinic.
Yeah.
Because who did I save last year? I can't even remember, but I did save someone. It'll come back to us. But you've saved Joe Root
in Australia.
You've saved Jos Buttler. You've saved Jamie Smith. You've saved Ollie Pope. Is there anything that you/we can't do?
It's incredible. The possibilities are infinite.
I think if listeners, fans, friends, send us their troubled county players.
Yeah.
across the game, men and women, send them our way, and we'll do some Reiki or something.
Yeah.
And make it better.
Healy, Juju, Voodoo.
Alyssa Healy.
Yeah.
Juju.
Her career's just finished.
Yeah.
We're not bringing her back. This isn't like necromancy.
No. Yeah, it's not like a
We
Ouija
can't bring
board.
finished career. We can't be like, Jimmy took 4 for 18 today. Is his England career technically finished? I mean, yes, he retired, but what is retirement but a suggestion?
Yeah.
So many players retire and then come back.
Yeah, it's just a state of mind.
I think he's just
not a
powered
permanent
by
state.
spite. I don't think anything, like we talk about, it's like, oh, he should sell courses. I think his only advice would be like, you have to have like a burning resentment
Hatred.
of the hatred.
Yeah.
You have to hate what's forced you to this point in your life.
So we've got 2 conflicting pieces of advice here. We've got look inwards either for your inner Danny Lamb.
Yeah, Danny Lamb's in there somewhere.
Or for your inner hatred.
Yeah, Jimbo.
And that will make everything better. That's not generally what religious teachings tend to sort of posit.
Are they more like...
They go for peace and love.
And forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
Like Alex Hales being let back into a World Cup squad in 2022, like a real like... It's okay, buddy. We all make mistakes. Yes, we've kicked you out of a World Cup squad once, but we're going to bring you back into another one because of the power of friendship and forgiveness. Mm-hmm. And then England won the World Cup, so all's well that ends well.
Exactly. This too shall pass.
There's been so many results and like good weather this week.
The weather's been so good.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
I didn't trust it though, because everyone always is like, oh, nothing happens in April. Wrong. This is turning now into like, if anyone gets bad weather later in the season, if they could nick a result or two early April, like Sussex, this will be making the difference. Metrobank started now as well.
Yeah.
Look, it just keeps coming.
It does just keep coming. And look, I
don't you dare
haven't watched any cricket this weekend.
How
I
does
was
that
on
happen?
holiday.
Oh.
I was on my holidays.
Do they not have the internet yet in Scotland? Hey, and to our Scottish listeners or listeners north of the border.
Hey, shout out to Bobby, my old S&C coach, Bobby. I know you're listening, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.
We hear you.
Bobby's not even Scottish, really.
Good man.
He just lives there.
Good man.
Anyway.
Is anyone
really
Is anyone actually Scottish, or is every Scotland player actually just like, hey, look, my nan's dog was Scottish. They were a border collie. I mean, you're like as Scottish as any of these, you know.
Mine's a little bit further back than that.
Yeah. My uncle lives in Scotland, so really, hey, next World Cup, give me a call.
Yeah, well, we've been begging for a Scotland T20 shirt since the day we started this podcast. So maybe if we get merched up, then I'd support anyone if they send us free merch.
I agree.
Especially KNCB.
KNCB.
Oh,
which,
orange isn't my colour.
No. You'd look ridiculous. You'd look like an Oompa Loompa.
Not with all the Ozempic.
Not after the jabs.
Yeah, God. Come on.
I was happy because Surrey won in the Metrobank, and I watched that around the kind of the bit before the Arsenal match started, and it kind of
so
gave
you
me
had
a
a
sense
bit
of
of
joy.
hope. Yeah.
But like there were 3 major takeaways I got from that. To like, one that everyone absolutely knows, 2 that I think a lot of people know, but like if you don't, like you're obviously gonna fancy it. And the other one, like just tap in now. Number 1, like Danny Wyatt-Hodge. Absurd.
Good.
Everyone knows that. But since like she's been playing in this kind of Surrey system since last summer and this one, absolute churner of runs. And that's not a shock. Everyone, their dog knows that she's... hey, vote for her in the Blast Hall of Fame. That's me telling you, vote for her.
I reckon that would have...
in the T20 Hall of Fame.
What day is it today? It closes soon, though. Yeah, I think you might be just in time.
The other one...
If you go now.
Obviously, like...
Today, now.
If you've been a enjoyer of the 100, you'd be across is young Tilly, Courtney and Coleman. And I think it's interesting because, like...
What does she take? 4?
Oh, yes.
2? 4 overall?
Oh, great question.
Get the stats up. Get the stats up. Wow, we never talk about stats. But here we are, statting away.
About stats. Static shock. Shock? No, the stats don't shock me. Slam poetry.
What is happening right now?
Our survey says...
3.
She took 3.
It was
so
3.
Split
So
the
it's
difference.
neither
You were
3.
nearly there. You were like
it was
4,
the average.
2,
Yeah,
3.
3.
But like, she's a player that like, if you've enjoyed the 100, you would have probably disproportionately heard of loads, because like her role in that Southern Brave team absolutely skyrocketed. Her role for Surrey last year, obviously like Surrey just stacked. So
yeah,
you know, let's say the other one who I think is going to be good, and everyone constantly says going to be good, is Jemima Spence.
Yeah,
79, big hitter, fun player, keeper. I think that's an interesting thing with England going on, right, where Amy Jones in that team for so long, even through periods of not great form, so much of it has been like, right, but no one else.
It's Amy's job.
No one else keeps. Like you see a lot of teams and like overseas players would keep. Not that many domestic options whose batting was also like international level. I think you look at the younger players in the women's game now, and kind of like the men's game, everyone would chuck the gloves on.
Well, you've got loads.
Yeah.
You've got Saren Smell, you've got Rihanna Southby, you've got Elsa Lest, well, Scotland. But if you're talking your county...
Yeah, domestic game.
Situation.
Kira Chatley.
Yeah. So, yeah, it does seem like there's more options coming out of these seasons. And obviously, a lot of the England women's team are a little bit maybe closer to retirement
than they are to the start of their career.
Than they are to the start. So there's going to be, I reckon, a few big changes over the next few years. I'm not retiring anyone off early, but it's probably something that everyone's thinking about, right? Like, there's going to be a few doors to sniff at in the next little while.
I'd also say this is a big shop window year, because last year Tier 1 launched. Availability for like your big dogs was great throughout. The fixtures didn't really clash that much with the domestic stuff.
Yeah.
This year, where you've got the World Cup in the first chunk of the summer, they're going to miss a lot of those domestic games. So if you are there in the counties, knocking on the door, boffing it and saying England don't have like a stellar World Cup, even if they do, and some players say, right, that's me done, I'm going on a high, if it's like the last couple and there's like semi-finals but nothing beyond, it's such a great time to be scoring big runs domestically.
100%. I think this summer is going to be really exciting for women's cricket. Like, now that the Blast is in its, like the women's Blast is in its second year, Metro Bank's rising in profile.
Yeah, I'll be there on Wednesday.
Whoa!
Sorry, Yorkshire, at the Oval.
Oh, nice.
They're playing their 50 overs, or at least I believe, at least some of them at the Oval this year.
Oval.
Whereas it was real like Beckenham fair last year, which is great. And I'm a firm believer of like, kind of like you see more now with Premier League teams in the WSL. If you want as a promotional tool to be like, oh, it's one team,
you've got to play them at the same place.
You can't be like, it's one team, but one of them's going to play at a school. You know. Sorry, guys. I guess which one? Yeah.
Look, I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about like the familyization of women's cricket.
They should be playing at
the
normal
nice
grounds.
Day out. Bring a picnic.
It's not really about the cricket. Going to watch the sport. It's not really about the cricket, you know. I mean, it's a lovely day out. It does my head in. Do you know what I do want to try? What? Maybe I shouldn't say this publicly. What? Is the work from home at the Kia Oval. Right.
Are you trying to reach for that?
I was there on Friday and there were like 4,000 people there. It was so good.
Busy. It looked really busy.
I'm jobless, so like it doesn't count. I'm like...
Yeah, you weren't even working from home. You were just idling.
I don't work anywhere. It was... Right, I'm going to open this.
Yeah.
The ring pool always wins. Ring pool sing.
Take a sip. Enjoy it. Oh, God, that gulp's going to be on the mic.
Stop gulp shaming me. I'm going to put it on a coaster there.
Okay.
Product placement. The Devil Wears Prada 2, guys. Cinema's coming soon.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Should we go and see it together?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Podcast day out.
Okay,
nice.
Cool. Cheers.
I've been to cinema twice in the last week.
Whoa.
How to Make a Killing and Project Hail Mary. Two of my favourite actors.
Oh.
Glenn Powell and Ryan Gosling. I will probably watch anything either of those two are in.
Okay. Which did you prefer?
I think Project Hail Mary was...
What was it about? Sport? The NFL?
No. It's space.
Oh.
Which obviously is incredibly timely given...
Artemis the second.
DOS. Matt's son is dying. It appears to be fading.
Oh, God.
Man who's a school
the son.
Yes, the son. No dead children.
Not
don't
child.
Worry. It was heartwarming. It was really feel good.
Okay, so it's sci-fi.
Yeah, and it was optimistic.
Well, obviously it's sci-fi.
It was optimistic sci-fi. It wasn't like evil companies and evil governments. It was like
WALL-E.
Guy who is like, he's a school teacher. He loves his students. He's a massive nerd. He ends up in space. trying to like solve this problem. It was great. Genuinely brilliant.
Would I enjoy it?
I would think you'd really enjoy it.
Okay.
Anyway, we don't have women's cricket, and then we start talking about Ryan Gosling, which in a way, maybe that's indicative of societal issues. The Devil Wears Prada, women.
That conversation did not pass the Bechdel test.
No, the Jacob.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bechdel test.
Right,
We
we're
have
going to
stuff
talk
from
about
you
people.
You people. Christ.
You people.
Our Lord and Saviour.
I asked on my very long train journey back from Edinburgh, thanks for asking about my weekend. I asked the people, what's your favourite thing in cricket this week?
Did I respond to that one, or did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
So, everyone's favourite thing in cricket this week. Whoa, that's multi-scroll content.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's way into double digits.
Liam said Sonny Baker. What did he do?
Taking wickets.
Oh, good
Hampshire
thing.
beat Yorkshire, which Hampshire are a team that I think last week everyone was like, oh, they were dooming, right? People saying Hampshire are like...
I think we were bashing Hampshire.
We were dooming Hampshire and Yorkshire, which means that we always win.
Oh, yeah.
So they packed in Yorkshire.
We are
this
that
round.
powerful.
Yeah, we are really good. We did say that. Well,
That's kind of scary. What are we going to do?
Somerset won, and you said that when this Somerset not Surrey 3-way title race
Don't
goes
worry
off,
about me.
Wowzers.
Do not worry about me.
I'm really happy for Sonny Baker though, because after he like had his couple of England caps last year, everyone again went way over the top with like, oh, he's never going to make it. He's rubbish. But like he's young, fast,
13
and raw.
years old.
He's like a child, and it's like being a fast bowler is like notoriously hard, and it doesn't come together often until like.
Also, like, half of the people who are bashing him probably couldn't bowl a ball.
No.
So...
But I mean, neither could we, and we have a cricket podcast.
Yeah, but we're not sat here going...
Oh, no, we're like...
Your career's over
we acknowledge
before it's
everything
even
we
started.
say, that they're infinitely better.
Yeah, of course they are.
I think you're dumb if you don't think that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not expert coaches.
No, but we could be.
But we just enjoy the game. We just enjoy the game.
Also, he just seems like really... like nice and chirpy whenever anyone talks to him. I just kind of think I am rooting for him.
He really cares about his game. I think he's got a little notebook that he writes everything down in, which is just...
And they asked him what his goal for the season was.
Yeah.
He just said that like he just wanted like people to like really like respect him and like rate him as a player, and his peers to like, hey, don't get emotional. I think he said like he just wanted like Keith Abbott to like be able to look at him and be like, yeah, you're a proper player, which is like just so lovely.
Oh, that's really
as opposed to being like, I
wholesome.
want to take X amount of wickets at.
Yeah.
Which like
that's so wholesome.
You go, man.
I love that. We've had no clue. Been watching the Masters.
Rory.
McIlroy.
Yeah,
I went
not
straight to Burns.
There was a bit, obviously, like there's a golfer whose surname is Burns, and obviously a lot about Rory and Burns, and my head was obviously just like...
Dull. I haven't been watching the Masters. Have you?
Yeah.
I saw the hole-in-one.
Oh, Tommy Fleetwood.
And that's luck.
Right. Oh, we're not getting into the realm of like...
You are not telling me that you could stand... How many metres away? 100?
If you say so.
I don't know how long it is.
It doesn't... I don't think the distance matters.
It bloody well does, because you can't even see the hole. You're telling me that you have a mental connection with this hole strong enough that you could hit a ball straight into it.
Well...
You cannot predict the wind, right? That a bird could fly over and boff the ball out of the sky, right? So it's luck.
Right.
Sure, there is some skill.
Okay, so you're walking it back already.
No,
I was literally about to make you walk it back, and now you're being like, oh, actually.
No, actually. Sure, there is some skill in the power, right? Covering the distance is a skill.
They can also control which way the ball goes in the air.
But you can't control
Topspin,
where
backspin.
it lands.
But you kind of can.
And then it rolled into the hole.
Right, but is it not just the case, as in basically every sport, you control the controllable, right? You can't control absolutely everything that's going to happen. Like, any time a footballer takes a shot, they cannot guarantee that that shot's going in. So you could be like, well, there's an element of luck because, like, say, the wind, the visibility the goalkeeper has of the ball, so many different variables. Same a million things in cricket, right? But with golf, yes, there's more, like, luck to some extent because they're playing in such like weird conditions of like, you know, the distance, the wind, the pace, the greens. But it was also a skill to be able to put it within the margin required for luck to even matter. Because if you're bad at golf and you can't hit a ball into that general area, you're never going to do it.
Yeah, I concede that was my point about power, getting it in the right place.
But it's not just power, it's placement.
Yeah, but for everything to come together, that has to be luck. And I don't think you can compare it to football because the hole's that much bigger.
But I don't think that a hole-in-one is luck, because they could all...
That's what I'm saying.
You said
hole-in-one is luck.
No, you said that golf is luck.
Well, my point is about the hole-in-one. I said I saw the hole-in-one and I'm sorry, but that's all just luck.
But then you started talking about golf as a sport in its entirety, being like, yeah, the thing about golf is really, like, all they're really good at is hitting it hard, and that's kind of, apart from that, like, anything could happen.
Anything can happen. No, my point was about the hole-in-one.
How cricket is this podcast that we finally started talking about golf? It took us like 40 episodes to realize
Do you think I'm going to get a place on the England men's team now?
Yeah, Baz McCullum.
Anyway, we've
actually got a question from Brendan M.
Waylaid there. Back to the people. I love the people and the people love me so much that they restored the English monarchy on pot Scottish, French, Italian, Elizabeth, Spain, and 100% party animal, champagne. Wow, that's in
there. Horrible history of children.
Lodged.
I like the books, but the TV did nothing for me. You didn't read the books because you're illiterate.
No, worse than that. I used to record the songs off the telly onto my iPod so that I could listen to them in the car.
You really, like, every week I learn stuff. And every week, I'm just more confused.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but, like, hey, you could have invented Spotify if you tried a bit harder.
I was 8.
Cool.
Is that true? When did iPods come out? An iPod Touch.
I had an iPod Touch. They would have been late 2000s.
Yeah. I was probably 8, 9, maybe 10. Probably something I would have done until about 14.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, another thing that people love this week starts with J, ends with R, with back-to-back 50s in the middle.
Jos Buttler.
Jos Buttler.
Joseph
and you
Charles
said
Buttler.
Jos Buttler is fixed.
Can I say what I think is so funny about this? Mm-hmm. Is like, there are two kind of schools of thought as to why he might now suddenly be good. Mm-hmm. One is that, like, the England setup offers basically little to no, like, real coaching of note, and they're just constantly told, no matter what happens, like, hey, relax, man, relax, buddy, you're going to be fine. And then when they go and play in leagues or play in domestic teams, they have people who will look at them. He was saying he spoke to Matthew Hayden, he was like, yeah, it just doesn't feel like you're, like, watching the ball as well as you could. And, like, you know, if you kind of, like, look at your head position and maybe, like, where your feet are, so if you look at where his front foot is, and that maybe outside of the England setup they actually receive a bit more, you know, actual guidance, or he has new shoes.
And a third school of thought is that we manifested it.
We manifested it.
Well, mainly
I
you.
like his shoes, but they're like Virat Kohli's kind of brand of shoes, 1-8, because he wears 18.
Okay,
and I like
yeah.
they're only worn by a handful of players that him and his team and brand have clearly been like, you passed the test.
The special shoes.
Yeah. The first white boy to get it popping, clearly. Jos Buttler, like, 5th most T26s I sent to you last week, and I was very excited. It's like the top 4 are all West Indian players, but like they ran the game.
Yeah.
But he's there too.
It's old Joshie's turn now.
14,000 T20 runs he crossed this weekend.
That's a lot of runs.
So many runs. I'm so happy. It actually has brought me so much joy.
Good. That's really good. I learned some big relationship news about a very famous cricketer, but it's a secret.
Right, so you've not told us.
So what was the point in that?
We're getting like blinds. We're like Dumois.
Josh says nothing. I support Gloucestershire.
I would say Gloucestershire did one good thing. Mm-hmm. So obviously they lost.
Yeah.
But they lost in a bit of a crumpled heap at the end of yesterday, as opposed to my least favourite thing in the world, crumpling in a heap in the first hour of the next day when people have kind of deluded themselves that they're going to show up and watch them.
Yes.
I feel like you're someone who would really appreciate if you're going to lose properly, as opposed to like where sometimes you get like international matches where they come back for day 5 and then they just die.
Yeah, don't waste everyone's time.
No, because now I've got a train ticket.
Yeah.
Great, now I'm here.
Also, if people are going to lose, I want them to do it dramatically. I want people to be trying and then get skittled. I don't want someone to just like pad it out and then they don't get enough runs.
Yes.
I hate that.
You just don't know when teams lose, I think.
Well, someone's got to lose.
Well, not. What sport do you think we're watching?
Not this one. Jake Weatherall's interview with The Final World.
Really good.
Word. Oh my
God.
Oh my lord. I can't do it.
Next week, Clara versus speech therapy. If our first guest isn't a speech therapist, we've gone so far wrong.
I actually listened to this.
On the way back.
I don't consume a lot of cricket content, but I listened to that because that's how desperate things were. And he comes across so well. Yeah. Really well. Maybe we can. Wow, we've actually got a lot of listener thoughts to get through. But I think the way he spoke about mental health and everything was really interesting. Yeah. Because he was tell me more. He was so candid about it, and saying that he just wants to be an inspiration to people, and especially men in Australia, where, you know, if you're having a bit of a bleak time, you can get through it. And he said you can get through it and thrive on the other side. So I'm sort of waiting for Jake Weatherall to write a self-help book and send it directly to me.
He was really good.
Yeah.
This weekend for Leicestershire against Surrey.
Yeah.
He is really good, though. Anyone who plays Test cricket for Australia is plainly very good at what they do. Cricket, though, does feel, if we can speak slightly more widely...
Whoa.
Like,
we're getting serious.
I think we're getting mildly serious. Scary. I think cricket is a sport where you get a lot of players talking about like the mental difficulties that are kind of tied up in playing it.
It is a hard sport.
Yes.
It's so individual. The spotlight's on you. That's another thing that Jake Weatherall was talking
in particular,
about.
If your job is just batting, that's so horrid.
Where he was like, everything people say on the internet tends to be negative. Yeah. And he said it was like weird then getting thoughts and feelings about him as a person and his character as well as his cricket. Because he was like, you can see one of those things, but you can't see the other. And I just think... that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot. And like a lot of cricketers have a lot of mental health stuff.
I find it really uncomfortable when in what people make look like performance criticism, they start making very like strange comments about players' psyche and their like mentality. Yeah. There were a couple of times like when like the men binned it in the test against India last summer. Loads of people then, and people do this in the Ashes a lot, like they just start talking about players being like, oh well, he's definitely mentally fragile, you can see it. And it's like, well, some players, right, as people don't look happy at the best of times.
Yeah.
There are some people who'll be working a desk job and they'll look miserable. They're completely fine. It's the same, like test cricket's the same as a desk job, obviously. Also, you're allowed to like look not super happy. It doesn't mean that you're like a massive like little wimp loser.
But also, if you are mentally fragile and someone points out that you're mentally fragile, it's not going to help.
No.
Is it? It's just such a weird culture around sport where people like pick on people or like showing signs of weakness, and it's like, why do you think there's a mental health crisis? Because everyone's being horrid to each other. Maybe think about that.
Constantly calling people mentally weak and then wondering why they don't look happy.
The patriarchy serves no one. Am I right?
The minute anyone says that a player looks frazzled or looks tired, so I just leave them alone. Like, if they are, then they can deal with that with the team. There can be a conversation about if they need time away. But like, just because a player's playing badly, it doesn't mean that they're like mentally shot, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, not every player who is like struggling for form is automatically like they're just a loser.
Yeah. Yeah. You can be bad at things without being mentally ill.
Yeah, you might just be stupid.
It's unfortunate that we're both of those things.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. The mentalist cricket podcast in the world.
On happier notes, Somerset women winning their one-day cup game by 1 wicket.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch the highlights of that.
You should.
I will.
Banger of a finish.
Glamorgan actually being quite good. I like the actually there.
Yeah, actually.
Glamorgan actually being quite good.
Well, let's...
I did ask this on Sunday night, to be fair, so if anything's happened today...
Even by Sunday night, I'd say they were... Look, I mean, hey.
So, well, if we can do some GCSE English analysis, we've got the words actually and quite. So I don't think that's a Glamorgan are fantastic.
No,
it's a Glamorgan actually quite good, but how badly?
Well, it's because they bowled pretty well a couple of times against
Well, there we go.
And yeah, they didn't win. But also, first season up in Div 1,
yeah,
you're allowed to celebrate. You can be happy with anything you want.
Exactly. Ben Cox making his first 100 in 7 years.
Not for me.
Didn't bring you joy. Oh, right.
I do like that he wears his little like big floppy hat when he keeps.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
That's cute.
It's a Ben Cox thing I like.
21-year-old with double century in county champ is from the northeast.
Big Ben McKinney.
Big Ben McKinney. I'll tell you what I thought about the first couple of weeks. Well, I wasn't thinking that.
Well,
but
you are now.
Wow. Well, just after we've been talking about mental health and Ozempic.
That's so foul.
Wow. Anyway, tell you what I thought about the last couple of weeks. I thought it would take a while for the season to get going. I don't know if that was pessimistic of me, but I thought, we'll have a few sticky, wet April weeks.
Nothing will happen for the first 3 weeks.
Nothing will happen. And we've had 5 fizz, double centuries.
Knock.
Everyone on their dogs made a century.
And it's all in the positions that everyone thinks there could be. Like the opener spots could be up for grabs.
Right? It's like there's actually storylines emerging and it's only week 2.
It's so good.
How good?
It's the best.
Sorry to care about my passion. Seeing the Oval almost full on Friday, we've addressed this and that is good.
It's good for county cricket. I think any way that you can creatively get people through the door, it works.
Why not? It's good for you being outside.
Yeah, fresh air.
Brilliant. The Overtons having the greatest few days ever.
Yeah. Very different ways. Craig scored 1 million runs for Somerset.
Yeah.
And Jamie Overton, the CSK team in the IPL that has been pretty dreadful, has a couple of times just randomly been their best and brightest player. I kind of obviously very different worlds, the IPL and
the county championship.
Champ.
Which one would you rather play in?
I think the IPL would be terrifying if I'm really honest.
Yeah, I don't think I could deal with all the noise.
I often think, I said this to you the other day, off the record, that first year as an overseas player in the IPL must be so overwhelming in so many different ways. It's such a long competition compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got the whole culture shock of the way that cricketers and cricket teams are treated in India compared to England is completely different.
Well, you're a celeb. You're a mega celeb.
If you're coming out of a hotel wearing a Royal Challengers Bengaluru training shirt,
people are going to know who you are. People are going to want your time and attention.
Yeah. Whereas cricketers in this country are known of, and people who like those teams would see him at a service station and be like, oh my god,
that's that person,
it's Craig Overton.
Yeah.
But I think the IPL would be a lot.
Yeah.
Plus also you can fail in the county championship, and unless you get dropped horrifically, you're still going to probably throughout the season keep playing.
You'll have a career
and
still.
You'll even end up at a different county. You might even, worst case, end up on loan.
Yeah.
The IPL, if you've a bad first year, you are just damaged goods.
Yeah.
Some of them are, and some of them just mysteriously bounce from team to team and they play badly every year. But for loads of players, it's you can't afford. So there's county champ, obviously, because patriotism as well.
Yeah.
That's the last bit though.
I think both of us are way more champ than IPL.
Oh yeah.
I just couldn't deal with the noise.
No.
I don't like whistles.
There's a lot of whistles.
And that would... I'm the sort of person that too much noise makes me angry. That's why
angry?
I don't know why, but a noise that I can't control. So if I'm on the tube and
it starts grinding.
It grinds on me, or if my neighbour's making a racket.
Yeah, or
I get irate.
Yeah.
So then if I'm out there batting in the IPL, WPL.
Yeah, and it's just really loud.
I would actually... do you know what I would lose? My cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, and I wouldn't be able to do it.
But I'd like to meet Champak the Robo-Dog, so... If that could be arranged, if Champak wants to come on the podcast,
what would he say? I'm assuming it's a he.
Champak probably doesn't speak.
No.
He'd just like stand there and bounce around kind of menacingly in his robotic fashion.
Someone said, Dan said, Jos, a new episode, and that wasn't you, Dan.
No, it wasn't.
But that's kind. Thanks, Dan. Sankit says, Rajat bleeping Patidar can have my children.
Hey, fair. I think that's a normal reaction to how good he's been for RCB this season. He is, for the uninformed, absolutely smoking it. Like, he keeps having these really impactful knocks where he's striking at like 250 odd, just absolutely blasting it. I had a chat today with someone in the gym about the IPL who was like, I like your videos about the IPL, and then we spoke about it for 5 minutes, which is the strangest place I've ever chatted about, like the Punjab Kings.
Yeah,
like,
that's really
the
good.
gym group Watford. But,
wow.
you know...
You've just doxed your gym. You're going to get mobbed.
Yeah, obviously.
You're going to be the Jos Buttler of Watford.
Yeah, fans these days. Fan love.
How many did you meet at the Oval on Friday?
4.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice.
That's
a nice
good,
number.
Manageable.
When I went to get coffee from the little Tom Curran
local
coffee
independent
vendor.
coffee
Yeah,
store.
local independent coffee shop. Just a kid from Zimbabwe done good, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to see like just that entrepreneurial spirit. If they do want to send us some coffee,
we drink it.
it's good coffee. It is really good coffee.
I have had it before. I think I enjoyed it.
I like the little blue cups as well.
Yeah, I do. I like the brand.
Yeah.
Sorry for being a brand fiend.
Good job, bro.
More favourites. Had our first outdoor training session with the girlies.
That's a nice moment. The weather has just broken in the last couple of weeks. Like, it's the season.
It's the season. So I went to my old club's 70th anniversary dinner on Saturday.
Yes. What was the club?
Royal Hikestorfen in Edinburgh, of course. So I cut that out. That brain freeze. Yeah. And one of the speakers there was a man called Jim, who was like the old president.
Yeah.
And he had been in the club for decades.
Yeah.
And he spoke about the anticipation of the season and like what it meant to him to put on his whites. And it was kind of emotional because he was like, I played squash, I played football, I played rugby, but nothing ever compared to the feeling of getting ready for the cricket season. And I was literally sat there with tears in my eyes and I was like, I don't even play cricket anymore. So that feeling of like first outdoor training session with the girls, really. Summer's back, you have your group of people, like cricket, the community around cricket is just special and it's different. So that's such a nice,
I have got the
nice feeling.
Yeah, I would really.
Do you want to play?
We should.
No. I mean, do you want to play? Don't involve me.
I
said, do you want to play?
It's been a while, but like...
You could join, you've got free time now.
Yeah, but I'd have to find someone that would take someone who basically needs to like start from scratch.
Yeah, everywhere does that. Everyone's got a fours team.
Ah, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, if anyone in the Watford area is really desperate, please.
You could run the drinks.
Do actually hit me up.
Watford fours 2026.
Yeah, I have
the
to
100
they
2027.
They have to let me bat four though. We've established this.
We are nearly through our favourite things of the week.
These are a few of my favourite things.
When the dog bites, when the bee stings. Being allowed on the outfield at the champs. That's the other thing about the County Championship. What other sport do you get to just walk out onto the pitch?
A legal pitch invasion in football.
Right? I love that.
It's so
at
nice.
lunch.
And it feels so good under your feet. I don't know.
Do you take your shoes off?
No.
Take your shoes off.
Dude. Yeah.
Have you watched the Sabrina Carpenter house tour video?
House tour video?
House tour video.
I have, yes.
Yeah. Real good time.
Just fun, isn't it?
It's just
I enjoy
fun.
her commitment to music videos in a time where, like, obviously music is so streaming centred that, like, YouTube isn't the big dog it was before.
Do you think?
There's not as much to be rewarded in terms of, like, raw hits on, like, music videos.
Yeah, I guess back in the day you just
music television channels as well back in the day. Your MTVs, like, would just show music videos. Whereas now people are mainly listening. So I really do applaud someone who just constantly wants to, like...
make art.
Actually, like, fun, big... Margaret Qualley was in the film I watched the other day, How to Make a Killing.
Oh, was she good?
Yeah.
Where's she come from? Oh God, why does Instagram close everything whenever your app? a nice happy one to finish. Someone's gone, nothing can depress me.
Yeah, but like, hey, their best player showed up today.
And who was that?
The Rain.
Oh.
Were you across them getting a faith healer in over the summer?
So I don't know why we never spoke about this on the podcast.
Yeah,
we must have just missed it.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you spoke about it in your own content, but then I thought, wow, that is something I can get behind. Like, they need to employ us.
Yeah.
Because we clearly have the touch that whoever they brought in didn't.
Yeah. Maybe Kent's just plagued with, like, spirits beyond their comprehension, but not beyond ours.
Not beyond ours.
Never beyond ours.
We could do it.
Yeah.
So this is a formal opening of our
It's like the
crisis
opposite
clinic.
of a plea for help. It's a plea to help.
Yeah, we would love to help.
We can fix you.
When you try your best.
I actually think, and not to sound like this is a point of pity, I really hope Zach Crawley just gets a century next week or the week after. Just
Whoa,
so.
you've put it out there now.
But the problem is, everyone used to be like, oh, you know, he always like nicks off like the big booming drive.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've seen him, it feels like he gets out to the same LBW in the last month where he just misses the ball.
Hey, happens to the best of us. Do you know what I mean?
Just bowling at the stumps is 90% of what you should be doing. All this nonsense of like anything, just bowl the stumps, and people just
miss it.
They'll miss it eventually.
Yeah, exactly. That's how everything
Telling me
works.
you're going to hit. Telling me if I bowl 100 balls at their shins, they're going to hit every single one of them. No, sir.
No, especially not if you're bowling at me.
Not for me. You're on screen now, net. You're on screen now.
We need to
Cricket
get that
Club.
in the diary.
Yeah, I think the weather's now fine.
We will.
I need to re-grip my cricket back because it's like all mangy because it's not been used in quite a few years.
Yeah, mine's at home, so might have to borrow your manky one.
Mine's too classy. I wouldn't want you to ruin it with your bad shots.
Okay.
I mean, it's unfair because you bowled more than I ever really did. I was just like...
Okay, so then you can bat and I'll bowl.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
that's fine.
Because I always think that's the thing about batting is like... You actually never want to stop batting, I found. Like, in a net session.
Really?
Because if it's going
I
bad...
never wanted to stop.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How do you not like batting? It's so much more satisfying.
What do you mean, how do I not like batting?
Hitting a ball is way more fun than throwing a ball.
Everyone's watching me.
No,
I could get
That's
hurt.
completely in your head.
In your head.
Yeah. Wow. Real special this week.
Got a real mix.
You can just... Batting's just more fun.
Yeah, sure, if you're good at it.
No. Because if you're bad... How good does it feel when you get one good shot? It's like the Jimmy Anson reverse sweep was so good because it's like everything else is bad, but that one shot.
No, because I just get irate every time I miss it.
You're a mentality
midget.
Yeah, mentality. Oh,
yeah.
You can't say that word.
Oh, a mentality.
No, don't worry.
Measle.
Yeah, mump. Mentality mump. Mentality mumps and rubella. Measles, mumps and rubella. We'll be... Hey,
are we leaving it on measles, mumps and rubella?
I'll find a better closer.
No.
Look. Like the podcast. Follow the podcast. Subscribe to the podcast. Share the podcast.
Whoa.
Comment on the podcast.
Rate it 5 stars.
Feel the podcast.
Feel the podcast.
Feel the podcast.
And in 10 seconds, you will start to feel very sleepy. 10.
Goodbye.
9.
You give me a countdown.
8.
I can keep going.
7. 6.
I was going to do a
5.
freestyle, but then I kind of lost the
4.
I lost the will to do it.
3. 2. 1. See you next week.
Goodbye.